It is time now for the Beer Chill Afternoon News on the Sunday afternoon, November 28th, 2015. Good afternoon, buddy. I'm Peter Wiggins. I got top news and ends at 12:35 p.m. on the Sunday afternoon here, and then top story at 12:35 p.m. here is in Colorado Springs, Colorado, where the attack on the Colorado Planned Parenthood clinic that killed a police officer and two other people suggests that both sides of the abortion debate in the United States need to turn on the reorder, the state's governor said. Washington. Donald Trump is insisting he was right that thousands of Muslim Americans in New Jersey celebrated 9/11 despite being confronted with a lack of evidence that he is correct. Chris Christie's struggling presidential campaign got a much-needed boost on Saturday night when the influential New Hampshire union leader endorsed the New Jersey governor. In Paris, a well-known climate pressure coup took its distance from a violent demonstration in Paris, saying the protesters. In Chicago, lawyers for the family of 12-year-old Tamir Rice, the Cleveland youngster, was fatally shot last year by the white police officer presented on prosecutors with two outside reports that called an officer's decision to boy was unreasonable. Angela Plant thought she heard a cat crying coming from under a block of asphalt, but it turned out to be an abandoned baby that police say was deliberately buried under the debris along a Los Angeles area walking path. Brussels, under heavy pressure from Germany to get a grip on Europe's migrant crisis after months of differing, European Union leaders met in Brussels on Sunday with Turkey's Prime Minister to complete a deal with that German Chancellor Angela Merkel offered. As the European Union offers Turkey 3 billion euros to stir migrant flow. In Bamako, unknown attackers fired rockets at a United Nations peacekeeping base in Northern Mali on Saturday, killing 3 people inside. It's a Royal Highness as the Princess of Cuteness as Kensington Palace released on Sunday 2 new photos of Kate Middleton and Prince William's youngest child, daughter Princess Charlotte, making the first time an infant had been seen since her birth. Bangui, Central African Republic, Pope Francis lauded Sunday morning in his war-torn capital launching his bid to end the conflict that has killed more than 6,000 people in 2 years, mostly in long religious lines. A Chicago Burger King manager said as he testified before a grand jury this week about police deleting surveillance footage may have captured images of a black teenager in moments before he was shot by a white officer there, according to local officials. A Facebook photo with a dog with its mouth sealed with a duct tape sparkling an animal cruelty investigation. A deadly storm that caused flooding and coated parts of the southern plains in ice. In recent days, has doubled more than rain in North Texas and some dangerously swollen waterways. A Bernards, New Jersey, a passenger van traveling over on I-287 on Saturday night struck a cattle trail and track stopped on the right shoulder of the highway before hitting a man who had exited a car and then fatal crash that left 3 people dead, police said. In San Francisco, the holiday shopper rush kicked off on Friday is unlikely to bring much to the investors looking for a revival in retail stocks. Beijing, Chinese brokerage currently under scrutiny from the country's securities regulator, are being investigated for a suspect real breaches related to the signing of margin trading contracts today, he said in separate filings on Sunday. It's becoming another holiday tradition, providing local and small business today to support family business and in turn the local communities and much needed jobs. From Silicon Valley to East Bay to the Central Coast, People's Power movement is sweeping in California. It'll give local residents a chance to ditch PG&E and buy cleaner and possibly cheaper energy from the cities and counties. There has been an unusual spike in the population of plankton, and many scientists are reportedly very shocked and surprised by this. Bill Gates, the world's richest man and fellow philanthropist on Monday, will unveil a multi-billion-dollar fund for clean energy technology that is key to combating climate change according to an environmental group briefed in an announcement. Astronomers have seen a supermassive black hole give off a plasma burst while shining down on a star in an extremely rare event. Discovered in November 1915, Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity could predict with astonishing precision the movement of stars and planets. Scientists from Australia's universities are not available to offer patients that suffer from Alzheimer's disease a new ray of hope. In Anopheles staphylococcus mosquito flight picture 2005, scientists at UC Irvine have inserted a gene in Anopheles staphylococcus mosquitoes generally engineered resistant to the malaria virus, preventing the spread by mosquito bites. In San Diego, authorities say 16 people have been sick in downtown San Diego after taking a synthetic marijuana drug, Spikes. Peter Chill News time is now approaching 12:39, and it is time for a sports report here tonight. The Boston Celtics will be in Orlando taking on Orlando Magic game time 6 o'clock water. New England Patriots will be down in Denver for a showdown against the Denver Broncos game time 8:30 p.m. Les Miles will coach football's king conditions in Louisiana State as he understands when to call risky trick plays, yet sometimes fails to understand the concept of time. That first big 3 agents off the board, the Detroit Tigers have reached an agreement with a star right-hander Jordan Zimmerman. In Ghent, Belgium, history was made in the warehouse and in the Associated State as the concrete fringes of the city of Andy Murray defeating Belgium's David Covenant propelled Great Britain first Davis Cup champ since 1936 in Sydney. Matt Jones overcame a bogey, double bogey, and triple bogey in the front nine Sunday escape with a one-stroke victory at Australian Open after shooting a 2 over 73. PHL News on 12:40 at Santa for a travel report on this Sunday afternoon. Let's study up seeing down there where the highways in the ocean say that looking good here. Route 1 in the northbound side of the next in the Nurgans, so expect delays here. Route 3 on the northbound side, it did slow from 53 in Hanover up to all the way out to Derby Street in Hingham. Mass back in the eastbound side, a little slow around this IE4 in Sturbridge here. Mass back on the westbound side, it did slow from Grafton all the way out to IE4 in Sturbridge. IE4 in the eastbound side, so for Route 20 in Sturbridge all the way out to the Mass back here. Mass back on the eastbound side, it's slow before Route 120 in Weston here. Southfield Expressway on the northbound side, so from 38 all the way out to the Mass back in Boston here. Route 1 on the southbound side, we got an accident here around Route 60, so expect some delays here. 495 on the southbound side of the neck. Got busier traffic from Lancaster and Hudson all the way up to Route 29 in Marlborough, Mass. There. And up in New Hampshire, 93 on the southbound side. It's slow from 111 Wyndham, New Hampshire due to an accident on Route 93 on the northbound side in Wyndham, New Hampshire. So expect some delays on 93 and the southbound northbound side in Wyndham, New Hampshire here. And 95 on the southbound side, a little slow around Route 101 in Hampton, New Hampshire. And on the main traffic on the southbound side of the York Toll Plaza, it's a little slow here. And the main traffic on the northbound side, a little slow after 202 in Gray, Maine here. Okay, let's take a look at the MBTA alerts there. Green Line D branch experienced a moderate delays with a signal problem. Commuter rail and the ferries, they are looking good. Okay, Peter Challenge News time, 12:42 p.m. on the Sunday afternoon here. Time now for a weather report here. For today, Saskatchewan about 47 degrees, north at about 6 miles an hour here. For tonight, increased low about 25 degrees, north at about 8 miles an hour here. For Monday, Port Saskatchewan about 40 degrees, north at about 6 miles an hour in the afternoon here. Monday night, Petrobac after 8 p.m. Port Saskatchewan about 26 degrees, calm wind. For Tuesday, Chesterfield Bay after 3 p.m. Petrobac before 10 a.m. Port Saskatchewan about 47 degrees, and calm wind become at Southfield about 6 miles an hour the border. Chesterfield is 40%. So that rain like me after 7 p.m. Petrobac before between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Awas. Cloud low about 40 degrees. The Chesterfield is 70%. Wednesday, rain like me before 3 p.m. Cloud high about 35 degrees. The Chesterfield is 70%. Was that Chesterfield before 1 a.m. Both clouds low about 35 degrees. The Chesterfield is 40%. Thursday, both clouds high about 47 degrees. Low about 20 degrees. Friday, both clouds high about 46, low about 29 degrees. And for Saturday, clouds high about 46 degrees. Currently here in Norton here, it is clear skies and the temperature currently in the moment is 42 degrees here and the humidity 51%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Afternoon News on this November 29th, 2015 here on a Sunday afternoon. Previously, have a good afternoon and good positive. See you at 5 o'clock for a 5 o'clock report. Have a good afternoon here.